Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith. We got the Bakersfield Speedway segment coming up right now. Got Scott Schweitzer in here, owner, operator, everything.
There it is, that big long list.
Every
I
damn
got
long
to get a
list.
bigger business card. I do so
You
bad.
do, you do. If it happens, I do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, how you doing?
Good, good. Had another good weekend. You were out there, so another good weekend of racing, and we just keep rolling. Except now we're getting closer to the Bud Nationals, so I'm kind of getting geared up for that. So
Another
things are
weekend
kinda
of
changing.
racing, and I was up there filming on top and stuff. And I turned to Jason Galvin at one point and said, "It's a little cool." I look, I said, 74 degrees, and I think it's cool.
It's crazy, huh? Well, it's been so hot out there. It was really nice to have a cool weekend. It helps with the racetrack, and gives the fans a break.
Yeah, it
so
had
it
a
was
little
nice.
breeze blowing
Yeah.
in, and it's
Yeah, it's
just enough to note that the season is a changing.
It is, yeah. But then
And,
it's supposed to get hot again. End of the
for
week?
End of the
so-
week, hot, and then
Yeah.
it'll probably cool down, and we'll see about fair time. It always seems
Oh, it's
to
always hot during
always
the fair.
seems
It seems
to-
to be.
heat up. But we were missing Tom Mocht, your general track photographer.
Yeah.
He's back in Boone, Iowa, and he called me this morning. He's in a motel. It's raining. He's bummed. He's bored. And he has some photos, and Chris can show these photos coming up here. We've got Austin Fry went back there in a new wrap on his sport mod, and he's qualified for the big show on Saturday. So what a heck of a deal.
Yeah, I heard there's like upwards of almost 300 sport mods back there, Northern Sport Mods. So Austin got a good draw in his heat race and was able to win his heat, pulled the number one P1 for his qualifier main and made it in. So heck of an accomplishment. So proud of him that, he's from Bakersfield and
Well, close from
close
Taft,
from Taft, but, from California.
and races locally a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking all the entries they get back there at Boone, and to see a guy that races out here with us make it in the big show, the big dance on Saturday, it's always cool. So we're all proud of Austin and hope he does well Saturday.
As you said there, another shot of him. Won his heat, which is huge back there because you've got to win a heat or finish second, and then you want to get to that qualifier race, but you've got to have a pretty good starting position.
Exactly. It's a lot of it is the draw.
A lot of it's the draw, and you can't have a flat tire. And this car, all this side bite on this car is just amazing there.
And the
going
thing
through
about
corner.
like for Austin or any of the guys from California, they're not used to what they see back there. Those guys from Iowa, they're used to their type of tracks, their humidity, the system. They've got a better shot than our guys do. So it's super cool to see a guy from California go out there and make the big show.
So good deal there. Levi Kiefer here, the 3C, and Tom's word is that Kiefer would have qualified for the the big show on Saturday had he not been taken out on the last lap.
Yeah, we all know Levi is a great driver, good racer. So I'm not surprised he was in a spot getting ready to get in the show. I didn't see that race. I've been watching it on the live pay-per-view, obviously, whenever chance I get. But I didn't get to see his qualifier thing. But they got another shot Saturday, I think it is. Their last chance race. So if he's won a heat, was in a shot. It's all accumulated on points. He's probably got a good shot to hopefully still make it in.
Yeah, so one more thing. And then Wayne Dotson went back.
Yeah, obviously Wayne and Wendy jumped on a plane and flew back there to see Ethan that's been back there for a while racing. And I guess Wayne had a new car waiting for him and jumped in. That's an Addiction chassis and giving it a whirl. I was watching him on the pay-per-view, and he was leading his heat, but I don't know how he ended up finishing. But Wayne will give it a heck of a shot and bring them cars back to California and keep racing.
And the IMCA modifieds were supposed to be on the track today and tonight because it goes all day and all night. And Tom Mock's word is that ain't happening.
Yeah, we're kind of looking forward to it now because now we get to see Ethan and Cody Laney.
Right.
See how they've been back there for a few months racing and it all culminating to build up to this weeks of racing at Boone. So looking forward to see Ethan and Cody get out there. Haven't confirmed it. I heard Brad Pounds was going back there. Then I heard he didn't go back there.
So
was kind of bummed on that because the Fast Shaft All-Star race would have had 3 cars from Bakersfield in it, which would have been cool. But still, we got 2, so I'm going to blow up social media during that race and let them know.
And when is that race?
I think that's Friday.
Friday.
I think. I'll confirm that. But, it's just cool to have 2 guys in there. Would have been real cool to have 3.
And Ethan and Cody have been back there basically all summer racing. They left in June.
Yeah.
Been racing. So there you go.
It's exciting.
Boone's going on.
Super
You also
Nationals.
had a little race on Saturday night, and we got some results here. We had the late models, and you got 8 of them out here, which is a step above from the last time.
Yeah, late models, they've been struggling. It's a tough class, expensive class. But with the Bud Nationals coming up, these guys are wanting to come over and get a look at the track. So,
And I left off the winner here. 8 of them, 9 of them. First place car, Steve Drake.
yeah, Steve's on a roll. I mean, I think he's won 95% of our races this season.
He finished third in the opening race, which he had 20 cars or whatever. That was right after Vegas. And the first race of the season, he finished third in that. And I think, the guy from back east won that, didn't he?
Don Shaw.
Don Shaw won that.
And that was, like I said, coming over from Vegas. So.
From Vegas, and Drake finished second in that, and he's won every race since. So Steve
got the
Drake,
car
sorry
figured
there,
out.
not on there. Number 1, Steve Drake, and then Tony Toast. And hobby stocks, Michael Scruggs, who started the season with a win, then kind of didn't do much.
Right.
Has won again, so he's won a couple races out of the last few races. So
Yeah, Michael Scruggs won our Bud Nationals last year, and that was a key race for him. And he's set his sights on the 2016 Bud Nationals, so that's what he's doing. He's working on the car setups, engine, and his main focus is the Bud Nationals. So was able to get another win, and he's looked like he's in the right direction for the Bud
that's
Nationals.
3 wins for him at the Speedway this year. He has some more up at Porterville, so that qualifies him for the
Nice.
Fast Trip All-Area team as well. And then Chris Settlemeyer, Mike Hill Jr. Mike Hill Jr. is leading the points and 36, 38 points over Aaron Stewart, who finished 7th in this race. With 2 races to go, it's pretty much Mike Hill Jr. is, by showing up, he's going to be the champion.
Unless somebody welds him into his house and he can't show up to the track, he should be fine. Got to give a shout out to Mark McCaslin in 4th, first time coming out to the Speedway in a hobby stock.
Yeah, he's usually in the Okie Bowl hard
which
tops.
he was. He was
Which he
double
was.
duty, but did a great job. Got a great looking hobby stock, and happy to have him out there.
So he also had the sport mods running, and Nick Spainhoward is hitting his stride here. Didn't have
He
a
is.
great start to the season, but he's won, I think that's 2 in a row now. So
Yeah,
he's got 3 wins. He's another all-area qualifier.
Yeah, Nick's great racer and has found his stride, and definitely it's going to be tough to beat coming into the Nationals.
And Brylan Holder, kid's got a couple wins this year right there knocking at the door. Led a bunch of this race, finished 2nd. And Chris McKellar, he's got the championship pretty much locked up unless he's welded into his house as well. So
Yeah, with the point system with IMCA and the way it's structured, it's kind of tough to make up a lot of points. So as we're getting down with only a couple of races left for these guys, a lot of these championships pretty much are in the bag.
It's tough enough with the local system, which is basically 2 points a position. IMCA is 1 point a position. So IMCA really awards consistency and being there all the time.
And then if you don't have large car counts, that's what some of the racers are asking me. If you don't have B mains and stuff like that, it's really tough to really jump a lot of points for these guys.
Right.
So, but it's been a great season, and like I said, Nick's doing great, and it's good to see him get another win.
And the IMCA stocks out there as well, and no surprise here. Steven Johnson, that's all but 2, so that was 7 and 9. Is that 8 of 10 now? I think.
Yeah,
Losing, I think that is right. 8 of 10, and he's won some races elsewhere as well.
Yeah, the guy's dominant. I mean, this is a great division for him. He's got some great backing with Mike Hill and JR Motorsports, and just tearing up the track. Chad Johnson, I mean, he's going to be there. Chad will move up the ladder and give him some competition. So another great run by Steven.
Yeah, he's dominating that. Then we had the Okie Bowl hard tops out there, and the last time they were here, they put on a heck of a race. A lot of cars finished, and by the nature of the beast, this was a cars falling out, and you had maybe 6 finishing, but still James Bradburn got out there and got the win. So pretty good to see these guys go around the track.
Yeah, it's always fun to have the hard tops out there. People get a look of what the cars were of yesteryear. So, and again, they race them. They're just not out there to parade them around. They get after it. So another great night.
And
for
look at
the hard
that,
tops.
Heather Young, the mother of Kiersey and Allie Young of Mini Dwarf fame, got out there slow and steady. She said on Facebook.
Well, it's whatever it takes.
She avoided the wrecks. Car finished. Got fifth.
That's all you got to do is see a checkered flag and look what
There
happened.
you go. Senior Mini Dwarfs, Jacob Carey got the win over Taylor Morrison. Lane McDonald and Chloe Jones. Chloe Jones gets the track championship. A weird race here is they're coming for the checkered flag. Checkered flag was waving on the front stretch. Yellow was waving on the back stretch and reran the last lap, and that changed the championship because Chloe Jones gained a position by virtue of that
Yep.
and tied Lane McDonald in points, and the tiebreaker's most wins, and it goes to Chloe.
Yeah, it's tough situation, but it was only the right situation. Obviously, back straight official threw a yellow flag because an official called for it. The flagman was throwing the checkered. Had to rerun that lap. I mean, we couldn't have finished it like that. Had to rerun it, and the 60 car was able to pass the 25 and totally change the whole outcome. So. Still a great night of racing for all these kids. Been a great season. Comes down to 2 cars tying for the points championship.
And
so.
that says something about
Yeah.
how close it was out
Yeah.
there. And Chloe was the only 2-time winner in that division all year. Says something about the
exactly.
closeness. Little difference here where Jet Yantis won. Got the championship. Brody Graham second. Jet won most of the races. Brody got a couple wins, and those two dominated the junior mini dwarfs this year.
Yeah, I think Jet borrowed his dad's sport mod engine. That kid was just on a rail Saturday night, and it's been a good season for Jet. It's always cool to see Jet win and get out, and the fans love to see him and interview him. He's a great kid, and he's got a great future in racing, whether it's mini dwarfs or his trophy truck or whatever he's doing. So looking forward to seeing Jet's name on the top. Probably see him for a while.
Oh, yeah, that kid's quick.
Yeah.
And then you've got some racing coming up this weekend because it never stops.
Never seems to stop. Yeah, we got the Western Pro Stocks, Hobby Stocks, American Stocks, Mod Lights, 3/4 midgets, and then the SoCal Enduro is going to come back for their second appearance of the year.
Right, and SoCal Enduro is the end of the night, wet the track down. And
Yeah, we're going to change it up a little bit. They decided to change it up, so it's going to have a little different configuration. So, yeah, those guys are nuts. They run. They want to go right and left and through the infield back out on the track. So it's kind of fun. What they do and had this week being Boone, we can't run any sanctioned modified or IMCA sanctioned division races. So this would be a good week for them to come out.
Yeah, and then we're upcoming after that, you get the modifieds back out there, sport mods, the IMCA stocks, mini stocks, and lightning sprints. Mini stocks haven't been around for a while. American stocks, by the way, Dakota Brown 10 points up on Trevor Baker, with Nicholas Johnson just 2 points behind Baker. So nothing guaranteed in that. Two races left. You don't want to have a flat tire. You don't want to have an engine go south. Because anything can happen in that championship.
Yeah, Dakota Brown had a pretty good lead, most part of the year, but he's had some mechanical failures and some different things. And, the rest of the field's bunching right back up. So that one's still undecided.
Okay.
All righty.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
See some good races last week. We'll see some this week. And we're going to be back in a couple minutes with the Kern County Raceway Park portion of the Baco Motorsports Power Hour.